Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Simon. We're doing philosophy through pop culture. We're using real people's lives to learn about our own. We're watching Love is Blind UK Season 2, Episode 6. Let's see what happens.
We are getting married.
So they left us on a cliffhanger. This is Ashley and Billy, and they're meeting her dad. And according to the last episode, Ashley has never really made a big decision in her life without her dad's input. So this is like a big deal.
You know, you normally meet somebody and there's a process, and over a period of time, you get to know people before they get married to them a little bit more.
You reassured me that, you're going to take care of me, and for once it feels right, it feels safe.
For me, it's just the wedding is just to start forever. I'm 100% serious about this.
So far, they're just basically doing the uncomfortable, sort of editing the clips together of them having like a rough conversation. But I think they're slowly going to move into like a more natural conversation. But, they're just reassuring the dad that they're serious, that he wants to protect Ashley. It feels pretty normal, like every meeting of the parents can feel like a little uncomfortable, but, realistic with how uncomfortable the situation is.
When is the wedding?
The wedding's in 3 weeks' time.
3 weeks.
I take it serious though, because I'm trying to challenge each other every single day and have meaningful conversations.
He said, we're pushing ourselves to have serious conversations to prepare to go down the aisle in 3 weeks. I wonder what that means.
I think the first 6 months will be challenging because am I flying, when you're working? Sometimes
I think it's important. You've done really well. I think we all admire you, Ashley, and with your work ethic. I am proud of my children.
You've done an amazing job.
The dad's getting emotional. They're talking about values, how he raised Ashley, how he's proud of his kids. Okay, he seems like a soft-hearted sort of person, but also I can't tell what kind of family she comes from. I can't really read the dad very well.
So we got your approval, Dad.
Yes, you have. If you're happy to do, if you're both happy, and I don't know you well, but you seem like a really nice guy.
Okay, so he's basically like most of the parents who are put in this position, give or take, saying, I support you, you seem like a good guy, but ultimately we'll never know if they're getting married until the altar. Always a surprise to me. So in my notes, I wrote down that they're not saying yes at the altar. I don't know why, but something about it just doesn't seem right, even though it looks good.
I don't think it's 100% a yes right now, if I'm being real.
Okay, so Javin and Jed having a conversation. Obviously, he's going to say yes to Barta. I assume they're going to be a yes. Obviously, I assume Katisha and Javin will be a no, but he's being honest and vulnerable and just saying like he's not 100%, which is okay.
So I've never brought like girlfriend to like my mom or my dad. Never.
Okay, so he's never really brought someone home to the family before, so it's kind of a big deal for him. I remember very little about his backstory, but that he was in sport, then he got an injury, and he dated a girl, but he felt like he put 100% in, and she didn't. So maybe this is related to that sort of like, I feel like I want to be 100% sure before I kind of bring her home, right?
For me, I'd rather her go meet him and just squash it and make sure that everyone's happy and everyone's cool. Yeah.
Oh, he said I'd rather her go meet Damala and squash it, but didn't they already squash it? But he said she's still lingering on it. Why is she still lingering on it?
He was probably baffled.
Yeah.
Imagine you've been told the day before I'm number one, you go in the next day and you've been told actually no.
Why do you reckon she didn't tell you?
I think she's embarrassed, man.
Okay, interesting. So he's basically relaying to Jed what Katisha told him about her last time with Damala, and all of it's like pretty accurate. But then he says, Jed says, why do you think she kept it from you? And he said, I think she's embarrassed. I do think so too. I think that's the right read of Katisha, that she seems embarrassed of her actions, which I think she might have even expressed. My memory is not sure. But I would say that is an appropriate reading of her, that she does feel insecure and she's so much of a people pleaser that she's sort of embarrassed. Is that why she needs closure with Damala maybe? Or at least that's the insinuation Javin's making.
I've never even met a family before for any partner, so.
Oh God. So he's staying overnight?
Oh, so now we're talking to Sarover, and Katisha, and Sarover is going to meet Cal's family. She's never met someone's family before. How cute. I can't wait. I'm so interested to see if they're going to get together. And looking at my notes, they are also one of my yeses. Okay, so I have yes for Jed and Barta, and yes for Sarover and Cal.
Like my mom said, she goes, you signed up for this experiment, but we didn't.
Her mom, Sarover's mom, said, you signed up for this experiment, but we didn't, which is so true. Like my family would never, I'm a YouTuber and my family does not come on my channel. I couldn't even imagine going on a Netflix show and my parents being on TV. They would never. And maybe it's because, they're just private people. They like live in the real world. And so the idea of doing this just feels very not likely. I wonder if her family will be on TV at all, or at the wedding, because some families opt out of being even at the wedding.
We're girls, right?
Yeah.
I'm going in with emotion. He's coming in with logic.
Okay, so earlier when Javin first, him and Katisha agreed to be together, the guys were back at the lounge were like, oh, why'd she change her mind? He goes, girls, they don't know what they want. And I was like, that's so sexist. That's gross. And then she comes in with her sexism. Oh, I'm a woman. I'm emotional. He's a man. He's logical. Disgusting. Deconstruct, girl. This is being raised under patriarchy. This is you convincing yourself that the way you showed up in the world, your physical body, your biological experience is so reductive that boys logic, girls emotional.
We're just having the conversations and we're working through it.
She said they're working on it, but they're having an issue with communication, but they're doing it. Yeah, they're not going to say yes at the altar. There's no way.
I do love everything about Kieran, even his little nerdy gaming way. He's turned it into a career. It's really nice to see someone passionate.
Interesting. Yeah, she has such a bias against gaming. That's so interesting. She must be very normie. But what's also interesting is how nice his apartment is. Do you guys remember? I don't remember what season it was. 4, season 2, 3. Do you remember the season where they went back to the guy's house after being in the pods and the guy left something in the toilet because he was rushing? Let me just tell you, some of the standards I have seen, sometimes the bar is in hell. At least his apartment is cute, Kieran's. But it's interesting, her bias against gaming. Yeah, she's a dancer and she does like fitness or whatever. Like, isn't her job also kind of like not normie? I don't know.
Like, sometimes I feel guilty that you'll get up and just start doing it. And I'm like, oh, I would have done that in 5 minutes instead of doing it like right away.
I don't think you should ever overthink me doing stuff. Just let me crack on, because that's who I am. I'm a regimented
but
guy.
I also feel guilty.
This whole conversation is so funny to me. So basically they're having a conversation about living with each other and how different they are and how he does dishes like right away and she like will wait 5 minutes, and how she feels kind of guilty that he just gets up and does it and like she doesn't get a chance to do it herself. She's basically saying she also wants it to be 50-50 and she also wants to help and she likes doing dishes. And he's trying to say like, don't feel bad that I'm on top of it. Like, I'm a very regimented guy. She's saying I feel guilty. Yeah, now that I've lived with partners in the past, I've lived with roommates, I'm now married, I live with my person. Though my person is in charge of all the household stuff and I'm in charge of the career stuff because my career is the focus of our money making, obviously, I still do help with chores and stuff when I'm there, or like if I notice it or something. And my partner's also very like thankful. We don't take advantage of each other. It's not about 50-50. It's not like I never help with dishes or, they never help me with tech stuff. Like, obviously, we just help each other, whatever we need to do. I just think there's like this 50-50 idea doesn't work for me. It has to be 100-100. So like if I have a tech issue with my stream or something, my partner's there and fixes everything, right? Like, at the end of the day, half of the tech stuff that, goes wrong, and I can't even do it myself. Like, I need their help. And then if, they need help with dishes or cleaning or sweeping, like, it's still my house too. Like, I still want to make it feel clean too. Like, I still want to participate in my life. So instead of like being like, this is your chore and you have to do it this way, it's more like, here's our general responsibilities. And here's also us getting to feel like we get to participate in our house. Yeah, it's just interesting, her sort of guilt over the lack of 50-50 sort of. But I can see in other relationships how, it could get annoying for people and how they could pick a fight over it. I just think like picking a fight over the dishes is just not a good sign. You should just be able to be like, hey, can you do the dishes? And like, yeah, we're both adults. Like, I'll do my dishes. Or like, hey, we'll do the dishes. Or especially, I don't want to live in a situation with a romantic partner where it's like your dishes and my dishes, right? Like, we're not roommates. We're partners. So, there's something here that's interesting.
Systems go, go, go.
The army has molded me. The army has made me the man I am today. And I'm proud of how it's done me because it's made me a better man because of it.
I've actually found it a really attractive trait about you, but your structure has to be adaptable. If you were like, no, Ashley, I have to do this every day and I can't bend rules, then I would find that really hard to live with, I'll be honest. And we're talking about it, so that's where this will work.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
He doesn't seem offended by it. He's just saying, I am very routine based, and she's saying I need it to be adaptable. I'm not sure about the exact details. I'm not sure exactly what anything is about, but I'm a very routine based girly. My partner and I are both neurodivergent, and we're very, like, routines are very important for us, even though, it's hard to sometimes maintain them in a more, like, I'm not a type A personality type. That's not me. So it's more like I need my routines, but also my routines need to be adaptable for my neurodivergency. And at the same time, like, again, we're two individuals in a cohabitation space. Like, we're cohabitating. I don't know. There's too much vagueness in this conversation for me to really grasp what they're talking about. But I would just say that, communication is everything. So they seem very open-minded to one another. And every indication is giving that they're going to say yes at the altar. But again, let's see.
Can't believe this.
Boys, Meg. Lovely to meet you.
And Meg is your fiance.
Correct.
Oh my God.
This is Kieran's friends, and this is Megan meeting those friends.
Their opinion means the world to me. If they didn't give me the backing to do this, I'm not sure I could go through with it.
Wait, he just said my friends' opinions mean so much to me, and if they don't give me the backing, I don't know if I could go through with it. Interesting. Interesting. That is really interesting. Yeah, I mean, some people's, their friends' opinions matter.
What do you do, Megan?
I'm a dancer.
Does it not scare you that you're both going to marry someone that you've known for kind of, 4 weeks? That's got to be terrifying, no?
It's a good question. Like, are we still in the honeymoon period? Like, are we just seeing, like, only the good bits?
Okay, realistic questions. Kieran saying, look, I could be delusional. I could just be in the honeymoon phase, but we haven't found any red flags yet. So I think that's a good indication that they might just say yes. Wait, hold on. Oh, I wrote down that Kieran and Megan would say no at the altar. I'm being very cynical this season.
Like, why would you get married at this point?
Well, hold on. He said, why would you get married? Because it's on Netflix show and it's kind of like you have to make a decision. Like, obviously, it's because of the experiment that they're getting married. Like, that's just the part of the show, right?
Why not trust the process? I told her I loved her through the wall.
Please say Meg said it back.
She did not.
Yeah. Oh, she did not say it back. Megan does this thing, and this is not, could be for a lot of reasons. She laughs too much. I know that sounds really weird because I laugh so much and I love laughter. Her laughter seems like a shield. So when they said, like, what do you do? And she said, I'm a dancer. And then she laughed. I don't get what was funny. Unless she's insinuating she's like an exotic dancer and it's like funny. Like, I don't know why it's funny that she's a dancer. But the laughing with Megan, and this is not, maybe I'm so wrong, it just feels a little bit like a shield to appear like she's happy, but it's to hide something. But I don't know. But it just feels like, look at her face right now, where there's like a laugh about it. But I don't see what's funny about it. I don't get the joke.
Quite find it in herself to say I love you back, but we got there.
Yeah, no, it did take me longer. So I feel like for me, like, that's a massive thing. I have, like, never truly been in love before. I knew that I wanted to see you in person and, like, do it properly and, yeah, make it a bit more special.
Bubble that you're in at the moment, like, you've gone through this process, is that real? Like, how do you define that? What does that look like?
Yeah, we've spoken about the bubble. So we're very aware.
The bubble.
But now we're in Manchester, which makes life a bit more normal.
I can't think of a better way to meet your fiance than having that emotional connection before you've even seen each other.
Question is, do these people know themselves well enough to be honest? And we see with Katisha, she does not. And so that's the problem. And so with Megan, is she honest enough? Is Kieran honest enough? I think they're genuine enough. But it's not just genuine. It's, have they done the introspective work? Have they done the work to know themselves, to convey to their partner, to give them informed consent so they know who they're marrying? That's the question.
The women are very much kept in bubble wrap. You cook, you clean. I don't want that life. I don't want to lie on a man.
Oh my God, interesting. Barda's story is so interesting to me because she did imply in the pods that she loved the idea of being taken care of, but now she's fighting so hard for her independence. We love to see an independent queen. Okay, I hope Jed is open to it. I hope they find a way to make it work. But this is why I say deconstruct gender, because if he wasn't so busy showing up to be a man, then this wouldn't be a problem, right? And if she wasn't so busy fighting for her right to be independent because she's a woman, then this wouldn't be a problem. This is why patriarchy hurts everybody. This is why gendered action is bad for all of us. Saying that because you're a man or a woman, you have to act XYZ. See how much this ruins a perfectly good relationship?
That's why I'm like this. That's why I'm so independent.
Yeah.
That's why I don't technically need you. I'm here because I want you.
Exactly. I tell my partner and I agree. Like, we don't need each other. We want each other. Like, we've chosen each other. It's like anyone in my life. Like, I don't need anybody in my life. I know we say it because it sounds really good. Like, I need you. You're my best friend. I need you. I love you. It's a beautiful sentiment, but it's not true. But in a sense, like, we're not codependent, right? Like, codependency is like, I need you. It's like the desperate. I don't want to be desperate. I want to be happy and of my own free will. I don't want to be with you because I'm scared. I want to be with you because it's joyful. Friendship, relationship, whatever it is, I want to do it because it's genuinely healthy. It's genuine in and of itself. But yeah, I don't want to ever be friends with you because we have to be. I want to be friends with you because we want to be.
The worst thing that has ever happened to me in my life, ever.
Oh, interesting. Barda said, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and is the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. That should be deconstructed. Somebody else getting cancer being the worst thing that happened to you is interesting. I mean, obviously it's because you're afraid your mom's going to die and all of that other stuff. That's an interesting relationship with people getting sick. Like, it's the worst thing that ever happened to you. As a chronically ill girly, I'll just say this right now. It was not helpful to me that other people were, quote, traumatized by my sickness in a sense that they made me do the emotional labor for them when I was sick. So maybe there's something there that's a little, like, frustrating for me, but I'm not sure if I'm reading too much into it. Yes, we're impacted by our friends and family being sick, but also It's an interesting narrative. I guess it could be true. My mom getting sick was the worst thing that happened to me. There's something there that I think I need to ponder on more.
I remember like her little face just like looking up at me like, what are they saying?
Oh, she had to translate. So she heard the news first and then had to tell her mom, which could definitely be more traumatizing. Interesting. I wonder if she's parentified, right? I can't remember Barta's origin story. I think she might have been a little parentified, maybe, working at a young age and stuff. So maybe she looks at her mom like a child got cancer more than her mom got cancer. So then her mom getting cancer, but still... One of the, and I mean this with kindness and compassion, sometimes parents do take on their child's sickness as if they're the ones who are sick. And it's, even though you are going through stuff, it puts the child in a position to be the parent. So like kids with autism, you'll have these autistic parents that are like, I'm an autism mom. Yeah, but now you're turning your whole kid's diagnosis into your whole personality. Or, oh my God, my kid has cancer. And like, I'm the cancer mom versus just like, I'm a mom and my kid happens to have cancer. There's something here that needs to be deconstructed, but I know it's very emotional for people. So it's very difficult not to hear this as an attack. But okay, just some thoughts, It
was like the biggest weight off my shoulders.
Yeah, she said my mom's sickness, like my mom was better. And then it was a weight off my shoulders. What interesting language. Yeah, like what interesting language.
It's that much more important to find the right person to do life with, because we only get like one go.
One chance.
I don't know if there's anything after this.
God knows.
You know what I mean?
God knows. Thank you for opening up. I know it must have been hard. I know you don't need looking after. I know you are capable of everything. I want to be that bonus in your life. I want to be...
Ooh, yes, Jed. Okay. He said, I want to be that bonus in your life. I want to make you extra safe. Okay, that is such a cute way to put it. I know you don't need me. I just want to be that extra. Ooh.
As long as I'm with you, I'm happy.
Cute.
And forgive me, but it's almost an experiment. You're forced into this.
This is the friend in the group that's like asking all the questions and being very like, hey, like, are you really thinking this through, you know, type thing. He's making some good points, but at the end of the day, they're going to make their decision.
This process took me massively by surprise. I was open to falling in love. I was open to getting engaged. I was open to get married.
I also do assume that the producers ask the family and friends to ask questions, because otherwise there won't be any of this conversation. So I kind of also assume that's happening.
I never thought through this process I'd be standing here talking to you about getting married in 3 weeks.
It blows my mind that we're stood here having normal drinks, but this is our chat right now.
Yeah.
Part of me is hugely excited, but the other probably bigger part of me is hugely scared.
But your opinion means the world to me. Fully behind this and fully supportive before I feel like I can go through with it.
I don't know how I like that, because, you know, the friend is scared, which is fair. And Kieran is saying, well, I'm not going to go through with this unless I have you guys behind me. That's weird. Like at some point, you're an adult. You have to make your own decisions, whether your friends agree or not. So I don't know what this is about. Does anyone have a lived experience they can speak to in the comment sections? Your boys say no, so you're going to say no. Like at some point, you have to make your own decisions. And yes, consider other people's opinions, but I don't know. Something about this feels weird to me, but maybe it's because I'm uber super independent. So even though I value people's opinions, I still just do what I think is best. I'm not sure.
Marriage is a big commitment, a big thing that shouldn't be played with. And that part, I don't think I could necessarily get over that until we're 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line. But I will stand by you and I'll be there to back whatever decision you make.
Okay, so the friend said, even though I'm uncomfortable and would prefer 6 months or a year or 2 years of dating, I'll back you. And that's nice.
I've loved seeing you, I've loved seeing Meg, and I'm excited, for all this.
All right, cute. Good answer. Even though I'm uncomfortable, I back you. It's to say my opinion at the end of the day is that I support you. And I trust you to make this decision even if I'm uncomfortable. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and leave it here. It's so interesting meeting the friends and making those decisions and trying to figure out what works. I'm so interested to see where the couples end up, who ends up together, and I'm excited to read your comments in the sections down below. I will see you for the next one. Bye-bye.